Hey, it's Amy Cerny-Vasterling here, and I want to share a story with you that I think is important because we've got to come together and know how to actually change the tide. This is an odd tide changer, but I'm speaking about small things so that when we think about it, those small things happen in our daily life all the time, and we can apply that so that we can learn to become even more powerful in bigger situations. So I was walking around a lake it's not a private lake, but there aren't many people around the lake. And it is kind of semi-private. So I was walking around and I was about halfway, and there was a man who had a dog that was off leash. And in my family, we're really careful about dogs because of an incident that happened when one of my siblings was young. They were attacked in the face. And so we're just people who maybe aren't immediately friendly with dogs. It's not that we don't like dogs, and I'll speak for myself. I really do enjoy dogs. But this man was far back and he said, "My dog is fine. It's all fine." And he kept saying these things to me, even though I'm not comfortable. And the dog ended up coming around to the back of my calf and standing like this at my calf as I was moving along, right? It was right there with me. And I didn't like that. And the man could care less. He didn't notice any of my social cues or so on. But I didn't say anything. And I didn't say anything because I really didn't know what to say. So then I meet him a second time as I go around the lake one more time, and we're on the sidewalk, and his dog is still off leash, and his dog is running all over the place. And he says, "Oh, same person," and keeps just churning out words. "It's okay. And he's so focused on either his phone or in his head, he's not really there with me, right? And I get about two more blocks beyond him, and I realize I should have said to him, and I wish I would have said, "Are you a red flag or a green flag man?" And he'd say, "I don't know what that means." And then I would say, "Well, you are telling me to heel to you and your dog, that I'm to not be afraid, when the rule here is you need to keep your dog on a leash, and that you don't care that I'm uncomfortable. You don't even know if I am or I'm not. Your dog needs to be on the leash." Right? So he's not being responsive to the rules that are there. And I'm not saying dogs always have to be on the leash, but when other people are present, you need to hold your dog. That is for the safety of all others. I am not secure when I meet a new dog, and I could be the problem where the dog attacks me or bites me because it feels from me. I don't want to engage with it. And that's not my fault, but it will be looked at that way because I'm not feeling safe with the dog. So I think that's something that if you're open to it, we can adopt. Do you want to be, or are you a red flag or a green flag man? And in this case, I felt like the piece that would really clinch it for him was saying, well, or if he'd say, "Well, I don't, well, we don't stop there. We say, "Well, it sounds like you're a red flag man." And that's been my experience. And I'll let all the neighborhood women and the ones with children know so that they're aware of that too, right? We need to speak up in these ways. And this might sound crazy to some of you because what am I even talking about? But we have to start stopping that process because that behavior is the gateway for other things. Not for me to experience with this person, but clearly he's probably gotten away with a lot more. I can't say I don't know him. But this pushing and it wasn't rude, but it was pushy, right? "Oh, it's okay. My dog is fine. My blah, blah, blah." No, that doesn't work for us. A safe society puts their dog on a leash and keeps their dog with them as somebody is passing by. So take it or leave it. I don't need comments that are, "You're being too." No, I'm not going to accept that because then you're a red flag person. And that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to educate people who want to hear and understand ways to break down those little tiny bits where people do wrong by us. And maybe they don't know, but the man who says, "I don't know what that means, and I want to know what that means. I don't want to be a red flag man," after I explain it, they're the good guys, we might say. They're the ones who are trying to understand and get it. But the red flag man, who is indeed a red flag man, will say, "Well, you're making a big deal about it." And that's why I don't want those comments here. Okay, I hope that this has helped you find more of your power and your voice to speak up and speak out so that we start to really show people this isn't working for me in a more profound way. Okay, that's it for now. And remember, it's all of our job to work together to collapse narcissism because in truth, it serves nobody. Like, share, and follow. And thanks for being here.